have to say, what is your reaction when we talked about law and order as well? You had Pam Bondi yesterday in front of House Judiciary trying to talk about the strides that were made, and the left really just wanted to tear in over the Epstein files, Roger.
Yeah, I mean, this is yet another false narrative. They just can't let go of the fact that that the only thing that we learn about Epstein, as we learn it, seems to embarrass Democrats, and no vulnerability for Donald Trump, which of course they keep falsely claiming. I'm for full disclosure. Let me just say that. Other than redacting the names of the victims, I think everybody, no matter how elite or powerful, should be exposed. But as I wrote in my 2015 book, The Clintons' War on Women, the first major expose of Epstein, U.S. Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell, a Democrat, was among those on the island. Ambassador Bill Richardson, also governor of New Mexico, Democrat, was on the island. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers was on the island. And contrary to what he says, according to the sworn testimony of several of the Epstein victims who refused to settle and pursued their lawsuits, Bill Clinton was most definitely on the island, confirmed by FAA records. So the more they pursue Epstein, the more they themselves will be embarrassed. The more they try to frame Trump, when Trump, in fact, cut Epstein off as early as 2004 and tipped the Palm Beach police about his activities, as we learned this week.
Yeah. Well, Roger, I want to get your reaction to the SAVE Act because the House has passed it. Americans overwhelmingly support this. Voter ID when you vote. Prove you're a citizen when you register. But now, here we go. It heads to the Senate. You already have Lisa Murkowski, Republican of Alaska, saying she opposes it. And they don't have the threshold. So dead on arrival, many say. And this is really, what about the will of the American people who want to see this happen? And how do Senate Republicans defend this, Murkowski among them? And does it come into maybe getting rid of the filibuster? We always seem to come back to that argument as well when issues like this crop up, Roger.
Well, first of all, it's very hard to understand who could potentially be opposed to only American citizens voting in a federal election. How could any reasonable person oppose that? I salute the House Republicans for passing it. Lisa Murkowski is a Republican in name only. She was elected in their very arcane ranked choice voting system. She was appointed to the seat by her father, has never faced a tough race, but to call her a Republican is only because she joined the Republican caucus. As long as you have a handful of moderate Republicans or anti-Trump Republicans, we lack the will to get things done in the Senate. I think, sadly, we're to the point where the president may, this is conjecture on my part, may regret not supporting Senator Rick Scott rather than John Thune to be the majority leader.
All right. Well, now we are at where we're at to watch it. And again, Americans support this. And like you said, how do they defend not having voters who are proving they're Americans? Roger Stone?
If we don't have honest, fair elections, what do we have? Thank you. God bless you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.